What's going on, man? Lauren here in the studio. Today, we have a special guest. We're bringing back the Free as Fuck podcast. Marshall isn't here. Marshall's out doing stand-up somewhere. But I have a special guest here, Michael PROCACCINI. You may have seen him on one of the TMF shows. So he is joining us in lieu of Marshall. He's not as crazy as Marshall, but we'll make do.
It's close, though.
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
There's no mullet. We don't have a mullet. And, you know, Marshall's awesome. I do miss Marshall.
Oh,
but,
thanks. Appreciate that.
you know, look, there's a big shoe to fill. It's a small man, but a big shoe to fill.
Yeah.
That's all. So we're going to kick it off. We haven't done one of these in a long time. But really, the entire format is just crazy shit that happens in the world, crazy stories, things about life, current events, comedy, whatever we want to talk about. Because we free as fuck. That was the whole gist of the show. So, what do you want to talk about, Mike?
Put me on the spot?
Man, look. What have you been following? What have you been following? Anything? You been following anything crazy?
Honestly, it's just been skateboarding with me.
Skateboarding. All he does is skateboard, folks. That's it. He's the skater. What's the drama in the skateboard world?
Drama in the skateboard world?
It's got to be something.
I mean, now that Corona's kind of going away, there's like concerts are coming back again and everything. So there's that, you know. But as far as drama goes, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't.
Gotta have some drama.
Well, there's plenty of drama everywhere.
There's some drama everywhere.
But
Right now, all the drama is on Rittenhouse, man.
I
All of
know.
it. All the drama.
He's not guilty.
He's walking.
He needs to.
He's gonna walk.
It's a problem if he doesn't walk. For people like us.
Okay. I've done a lot of videos and commentary because I watched most of the trial this week. Did a lot of commentary on it, and there's one that came out tonight where they're talking about the possibility of a mistrial because the defense has presented a motion for mistrial.
Yeah.
On several grounds, and they have reasonable justification for mistrial, which is crazy.
Like what though? I didn't see this part yet.
So one of them was the drone video they got from the FBI was submitted after that. Like the defense did not have a chance to see the video until after it had already been presented in court. So the first time they introduced it was then, which goes against their judicial practice, right? The chain of not custody, but you know, whatever the evidence chain is. So they had that. There was another one there with something the prosecutor did. There's something with the jury as far as what the jury was and wasn't supposed to see throughout the trial. So they have quite a few things. And then we have obviously the prosecutor, Binger, he crossed the line a lot.
He did.
Like,
he's an idiot.
A lot. His closing argument to me, I almost just had to turn it off. I was just so frustrated watching it.
I mean, he's just trying to incriminate this kid right there on the stand for everybody to see. Like, he's blatant, too. He's, like, not even trying to hide the shit that he's saying.
Well, he was definitely leading the witness the entire time. Yeah. So he kept asking the same question over and over again, hoping for the answer he wanted, but the answer never changed.
Right.
And I understand, like, you could ask it maybe once or twice, but he was basically stating facts and then going, yeah, and he's like, no, it's not what happened. So I thought going into it, he was gonna skate on two, and then maybe have something with the endangerment,
right?
You know, because you just open fire in a public place, so endangerment could be there. But I don't know, man. I think this is going to change self-defense law going forward.
It 100% is going to definitely impact a lot of this shit. Now, and if Rittenhouse, in my opinion, if Rittenhouse is found guilty for this, that leaves a whole open window for the actual criminals out there in the world that see this. They're like, oh, well, I can go and attack somebody, and if I get hurt real bad, it's all his fault. No problem.
Yeah.
You know, and that
to an extent. Well, what it opens the door to is when Binger said he gave up the right to self-defense when he brought the gun, which is the most asinine. I literally lost my shit when he said that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, people carry a gun for self-defense.
Right.
So you're telling me because I carry a gun, I no longer have the right to self-defense in a case like this? It's absolutely crazy.
Was there a part where he was blaming video games?
Yeah, so
Did I hear that correctly?
you
Like-
did. He was like, so you played,
Call of Duty.
where you would use like a weapon, an AR-15 in the
Yeah.
game, and I'm like, what? Yeah, you also get fucking tanks, grenades,
Right.
rocket launchers,
Knives.
knives.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you could beat somebody to death.
Definitely can.
I mean,
any skin that they want to give you that day.
yeah, you're like, okay, and then you respawn. So we're
Right.
just waiting for them to respawn.
right.
Duh. Get the fuck out of here. It's frustrating to listen to this guy.
Did I see Rittenhouse pulling slips out of a bucket from
Yeah.
the jury?
Yeah.
Did I see that today?
That was how he selected the jurors. The just random lottery draw.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, which I've never seen that
Me
before.
neither.
I thought they did the jury selection pre-trial and those were the only jurors, but I
Right.
guess there's like a jury pool over the more than they needed. So I don't know. It's been 2 days. They haven't come back with a verdict, so they're talking about it, which
Yeah.
is not probably ideal for him.
You don't think so?
Well, that means there's somebody there who needs convincing,
Right.
which could be a problem. Now, it's not capital murder, so there's no they don't need a unanimous decision to find him guilty. They
Right.
need, if I think it's like 8 out of 12 or something,
Okay.
or 7 out of 12 to find him
find him
guilty
Or not. Or, what about
or not guilty. Yeah, either way. To go either way, I mean, they have a hung jury where they just don't agree.
Right.
They just say we just don't agree. I don't know, but I didn't like how they were setting him up for that. Like, all right, if you find him guilty, don't pay attention to the other crimes.
Right.
If he's not guilty, then go down this list and see if he's guilty of any of these other things. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem okay.
Right.
Like, if you charged him with 6 offenses, so now it's 5 because they dropped the gun charge. Dude, you can't just go, all right, well, we changed our mind.
Right.
Which is what I heard is why they charged him with homicide 1, because then they can go down. They can step down the ladder and go, all right, well, maybe it's just manslaughter. Like, well, that seems like bullshit.
Yeah, it's 5 years of his life.
I don't know. I had a lot of questions that we'll never know the answer to watching it. Because, why was Joseph Rosenbaum chasing him to begin with?
Right.
Why was he running after a kid with an AR-15?
Right.
He had never shot the gun. He hadn't pointed at anybody. So why was that guy chasing after him? And then the second 2, those are pretty cut and dry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't really argue that.
No.
But Rosenbaum is the one where they're trying to get him the hardest because he shot him 4 times, close range, and they really painted him out to be almost the aggressor toward Rosenbaum, which is weird.
No.
That's
not it at all. And then, not to mention the gunfire that happened before Rittenhouse even pulled the trigger. Anyway.
They're trying to make it sound like that doesn't matter. Like, oh, well, they heard shit all night long, and then nobody started popping off. And of all of the things that happened, how is Kyle Rittenhouse the only one who shot somebody?
Right.
He's the only one that injured somebody.
Right.
I'm like, well, he may have been the only one that attacked by people. So, and then there was another thing that really bothered me, which is they're trying to pull a race card on it, and I don't understand how they're trying to say the judge is racist, the trial is racist. That's a even farther stretch.
That's always the agenda to all of this shit, though. Is the race card. That's the number one thing that comes out.
Oh yeah,
Immediately.
but
Rittenhouse is even white.
I mean,
Not even white.
it's you look at them and go, okay. Well, they're playing the race card to say if it was a black kid, if he had shot black guys,
Right.
if he had done this. Well, yeah, we can always say if, what if, but that's not the facts. And then the judge is saying that he may never have a televised trial again because the media. I mean, look, you're a juror, you know what's happening.
Right.
There's no way you get an unbiased jury. That's not going to happen. Especially when you're picking jurors out of the pool of a place from where you live,
Mm-hmm.
that were there
Yeah.
or saw it. So I don't know. Look at that. Sedina, not guilty, free Kyle.
Yeah. This case is scaring me too because I am currently battling a self-defense case myself. So like I don't know what's gonna happen to me if this changes it any bit since this is like because I'm trying to take mine to jury. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know.
I don't know, man. The thing is, like, I don't see the jury going with, if you sat there and had to listen to Binger that whole week, there's no way you're going, all right, this guy is definitely overstepping. He's definitely crossing the line.
Yeah.
And Man, if he don't get lit on fire for pointing that gun at that jury,
right?
Dude.
With his finger on the trigger and everything.
Everything. You see all the memes come out today with Alec Baldwin next to him?
No,
hilarious.
I didn't see
They're like, all right, now put your finger on the trigger, and it's Alec Baldwin right there. You're like, what? The internet is undefeated.
Yeah.
But that still, I mean, look, there's no reason that that gun should be of any danger to anybody in a courtroom.
Right.
However, what's the purpose?
Right.
Is it to go, oh, well, they were scared? Well, Rittenhouse throughout the whole night never pointed the gun at people.
No. He pointed and shot very accurately, too.
I mean, he didn't miss.
Huh?
He didn't miss.
He didn't miss once.
Didn't miss once.
That man knew what he was doing.
You know, I would say that the second incident where he got the other two guys, Hubert and Grosswitz, those were that was pure luck that even hit him. I mean, well, Hubert was right in front of him, so that was just reflex pull. I mean, he didn't try to kill the guy. He just that was his method of defense right there.
And when he shot in the arm?
That was when he shot in the chest.
Okay.
It went like up through his chest or something. You know, they painted a pretty graphic picture of how it went through Hubert's heart. And I'm like, dude, watch the video. He had no time to react. He was just holding the weapon. Dude was on top of him. He pulled the trigger.
Right.
Fuck around and find out is what happened, you know? And then Grosswitz, you know, he obviously didn't aim. And then they're trying to pull him out to be intentional. So if you want to get an intentional homicide, he would have got up and shot both of them again.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's make sure they're dead, not one pow. And the only reason I think he even got Rosenbaum 4 times was just out of sheer adrenaline and he was scared. And look, man, you pull that trigger real quick, it's going fast.
Yeah.
You know, it was like 0.7 seconds for four shots. So it wasn't like he had time to even think about it.
Right.
It just happened.
And that's his first time he probably shot at somebody before.
Oh, yeah, because he had only I think they said he had only fired the gun one other time, like at a range or outside or some shit. Yeah, less than 50 rounds or something through the weapon. So, yeah, like, no, I mean, and that's most people. You know, he's a kid.
For real, man.
Getting chased by a dude at night.
Too.
From all accounts, a good kid.
Right. He really is. I
mean,
from everything I've read about him and everything I've seen that he's done, not a bad kid.
It's kind of crazy. We'll see what happens. It's gonna the case is definitely overshadowing the other murder trial happening right now too, on Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
And what is frustrating about that is I can tell you Kyle Rittenhouse, Hubert, Grosswitz, and Rosenbaum. Those are the people involved. I cannot tell you the 2 white dudes that killed Ahmaud Arbery. I don't know what their name is. And that should be a problem.
Yeah.
Because I've read several times about the murder, and somebody on Facebook brought it up, and they said that it's fucked up that Ahmaud Arbery died. It's not the trial of Ahmaud Arbery. He's the victim.
Right.
However, if he had committed a crime, it would still be the trial of Ahmaud Arbery. And he's right. What are the names of those 2 dudes? How come we don't know that? It should not be the trial of Ahmaud Arbery.
To be honest with you, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Wow. All right. Ahmaud Arbery, it was the black guy that was shot and killed by 2 white men in South Georgia last year, jogging down the road. They thought he was like vandalizing or stealing something from a building.
Oh wow.
And they thought they were gonna go stop the black guy and ended up shooting him with a shotgun. Killed him in the street. Gizmo! Come here. Yeah. Wow. That kid, and he had done nothing. And it was on video too. That was actually on video as well. And those guys 100% guilty. I mean, they had no business. Let me grab this damn dog. Let me grab him because he's
all Gizmo's barking. Yeah, that's insane.
But yeah, their trial is right now too. Same week. And those guys are 1,000% guilty, killing that dude.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of which one. I mean, obviously one of them's gonna be an accomplice kind of deal, but they were both there. So that was a wild thing. I mean, and that actually kind of kicked off. I want to say that was pre-George Floyd. I think that was before Floyd even.
Really?
Ahmaud Arbery. Yeah, I want to say that was like in February. Let me see.
Floyd was.
Let me see.
Floyd was last year?
23rd of February. Yeah, 2020. So this was February 23rd, 2020. So he was first, and there was not like a big uprising against this. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big deal, but small town Georgia, man.
Yeah.
You know, world's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I got cases with right now where I have obstruction of law enforcement right now.
That could be anything.
Well, like, it was a
Damn
fist
dog.
fight between me and this guy. I was off-duty police officer. I went to my neighborhood pool in the morning time.
Open the stupid door. Yeah, he's kind of great. He's got some other shit.
Oh man,
No, don't bring that squeaker in here, bastard.
how you doing it?
He's kind of crazy. All right. So you went to the pool.
Yeah, I went to the pool early in the morning. All right, granted, like the night before, like, had some friends over, and then like in the morning time, I went to the pool and sat down by the pool 9 o'clock and passed out. I took a nap in the morning time, and I woke up to this guy with shorts on, a tank top, and flip flops on, going through my bag.
Okay.
And asked, so when I turn around, I step in his path, and I toss him over my hip through the gate, and then I knee him in the face, like as I'm coming out of the gate. And as I'm on top of him, I'm about to strike him.
Oh.
He said, "That dog." Jesus Christ.
Give me that ball right there. Sorry, people. His he gets a hold of the screen squeaker. He goes kind of crazy.
So as I'm about to hit him, on the ground, he yells, "I'm a Gwinnett County police officer." I was like, why didn't you fucking say that to begin with? This could have all been avoided, So then, like, I let go and I get off him, and then he tackles me. And now keep in mind, his nose is bleeding all over me. Like, there's blood everywhere, man. So cops show up, and they see the officer. They bring the ambulance and everything. They put him in the ambulance, and all the cops are like mad at me, and I tell them what happened. So, long story short, the officer ended up being a skateboarder. He's a skateboarder, and he knew who I was after the fact. So he didn't want to press charges at all. He said, "No, it's fine. It was a mishap. Yada yada. People fight." It's the DA that's pressing the charges on me.
Interesting.
For a battery and assault. Nothing with an LEO.
Interesting.
It's just strictly battery.
Okay.
So that's why my last court case, I walked in. I said, this is self-defense. Like, do you have an attorney present? I said, no. They're like, well, we're going to. I said, before you say anything, I would like to get an attorney at this point. And so they're like, okay, have your attorney call us. And that was that. That was a few months ago.
And that's it.
That's it right now. But it's not. This happened.
Just pending.
This happened a year and a half ago.
Oh wow.
And I just got the case, like the court case, like a few months ago. So I don't know how long it's going to take or what's going to happen, but I'm just going to take it to jury at this point and give him the story. And then the officer himself said he would go to the courthouse and say that he's not looking at press charges or anything. It's literally just the DA that's doing this.
Well, without him as a witness for the district attorney, I mean, there's nothing to do. I mean, that is it. He has to be there and say,
Right.
a witness for the prosecution. Otherwise, it's not really gonna matter.
Right.
So, but I know, like in the case of like domestic disputes, that's different.
Yeah.
Like the John Jones kind of situation. If a woman doesn't want to press charges, they still arrest you and book you, and they can still prosecute you without them pressing charges against you in a domestic case like that, which is kind of weird. That like, all right, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. They're like, we don't give a shit.
Right.
It's also messed up that you get arrested, bail out, spend all that money, and then they might not even charge you. You don't get that money back.
Nope.
That also is fucked.
That's been...
It's great, man. Dude, Marshall went to court on Monday, and he didn't he had a DUI like 2 years ago or something. And he finally, I think, went to court for it. I don't know what the outcome was. He's not in jail, so that's good.
That's a plus.
But I don't know. I need to get in touch with him and see what's going on with him. Hey, look, man, you can't be all rowdy and shit. And he's like, just pay attention to me. He's an attention hog.
See that?
Yeah.
Gizmo. Yeah. So that's, I don't know what's gonna happen with my case versus like Rittenhouse with this, because you're right. This is gonna drastically impact.
It's definitely going to impact the self-defense laws for gun carrying people for sure.
Yeah.
You know, they threw the gun charge out because the gun was over the length required. It had to be a certain length, and he was allowed to carry it.
Yeah.
Which changed everything for a lot of the prosecution's case. Hinged on. And then the whole like crossing state lines thing is pretty bullshit too, because he didn't live that far.
No.
Like us driving to Atlanta.
Exactly.
You're like,
it was right down the fucking street.
they played it out like he crossed state lines. You're like, bro, he drove 20 miles. And by some accounts, 17 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Tucker Carlson did a bit on it the other night. All of the just completely blatant lies that he said during the trial, which is pretty crazy. There was quite a few, and I was like, wow, okay, interesting. I mean, they did bring up the fact that the guys who got shot, their criminal history, and I don't find that relevant in the least bit. That's not relevant at all.
What about the guy who got shot in his arm? He was a felon.
He was a felon carrying a gun,
right?
Which they should charge him for. That doesn't mean that you're allowed to shoot him, but
right.
The entire their criminal history I find completely irrelevant to anything, because Kyle Rittenhouse did not know who they were.
Exactly.
So you can't go, well, he shot him because he was a child predator. You're like, man, you fucking know that.
It's just bonus points.
Yeah, he just shot him because he was coming after him.
Right, right.
So I don't know, man. It's going to be real. There was a day where we were watching it, and I was like, he was talking about frames per second. They were talking about video analysis and frame. It was what is frames per second? And the guy's like, well, it's basically the frames per second in the video. I'm like, what are we doing right now? Are we trying to discredit video right now? Is that what we're doing? Because it's on video.
Was it CGI? Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, they're trying to say that when you pinch to zoom on the iPad, that it distorts the image, and iPad technology artificially creates what it thinks is going to be there when you zoom in. And they're trying to discredit some of the video because you had to zoom in. And then the judge is like, well, I took a screenshot of this message on my phone, and when I blow it up, it's all blurry. So maybe we should look more into this. And I'm like, bro, we have everyone had a video of it. We've all seen the video of what happened. The only one that was new was that FBI drone video, which where did that come from?
Right.
That's super convenient that there just happened to be some kind of FBI helicopter or drone or something filming that exact spot when it happened. That's crazy.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Don't make sense. So it's going to be an interesting, it's the thing, you know, it's a thing that like every few months there's a thing that happens in the country that sets people off. This is just the thing. And then there'll be like, because right now Biden's not doing anything to create problems. He does stuff, but no one cares.
Yeah.
You know? Exactly. Exactly. He doesn't even fucking know what he's talking about either.
Oh, man.
He's boycotting the Olympics.
What?
Yeah. The Biden administration is diplomatically boycotting the Chinese Olympics.
Why?
Because the unfair treatment of people who live in China in like slave camps or some shit. The oppression of the Chinese people. It's man, look, it's the Olympics, and it's in their country, which you have no right to. If there's anybody ever been a president who was pro-China, is Joe Biden.
Yeah,
by far. So
it's not good.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Trying to see what else, if there's any update here that came out, but nope, nothing new on that.
Man,
yeah. They did sentence that dude that broke into the Capitol building to 42 months in prison.
Did they?
Yep, the QAnon shaman, they call him.
The guy with the
guy with the
bear
hat. Yep.
They gave him 42 months in
42
prison.
months in prison.
Oh
Sure enough.
my god!
It's
Wait,
long.
wasn't there some propaganda with that guy though? Like, wasn't he like? Didn't he have like multiple incidents with like both sides?
I don't know.
I saw something about that. I don't really pay attention to this shit, to be honest.
Some of it you're like, they just need a scapegoat for some stuff. Now,
Yeah.
granted, dude was, I mean, he was sitting on her desk, you know, like took a photo, had the flag. I mean, he was there.
Probably didn't get shot.
No one got shot. Well, that's not true. One guard got shot, or a
guard
police
got
officer
shot?
died or something in the
Really?
riot. Yeah, someone died in the riot. There was one death in the riot.
Jesus.
It wasn't like because of that, though.
No.
Yeah. Look at that. Attorney Corey, whatever, I don't know how to say that, told the judge that the defense would have approached things differently if it had received a higher quality video earlier. I don't know, man. That's a stretch. I get it, though. I get it, but that's a stretch. Wild. What do you think about the inflation? Is that impacted your life yet?
I could see it impacting a lot with people who do what I do, because skateboards and the shoes and like just like the gear and everything with it
Yep.
is getting more like pair of Vans, $90 for Vans now.
What, they used to be $60?
Yeah, 60 to 50. And like you gotta remember, like Vans for the typical skater is gonna last you maybe 3 weeks to a month, if that. Hell, I just put these on yesterday. That's where I'm at now.
Toe up.
Straight up, tore up. These are brand new. They look new, but they are.
They're new.
They see, look at the soles. The soles are new. So,
Yeah.
with these, I mean, those typically would cost someone $90. Like, bro, it's been.
I didn't really notice it a whole lot until recently, where I just seem like I just haven't been buying a lot of stuff lately. But the grocery store, definitely, the prices are out of control.
Yeah.
I see it there. I'm like, dude, I'm not. This is insane. Why is everything? And you're talking like $1 in some items, but you're like, head of lettuce used to be 98 cents, now it's $2. That's a big difference. 100%. Juice is higher.
Juice is like $5 now for a jug.
OJ is like $4 or something a gallon.
Oh.
Milk somehow still low. Kroger had some good deals on cheese,
Yeah.
but there's some other stuff that's just through the roof. Meat, ground beef. The cheapest ground beef is now $5 a pound. It used to be $3.99. Chicken's higher. It's a lot of stuff that inflation has gone up. Last CPI report was 0.9% month over month, which accounts to almost 9% annually, which is huge.
Yeah.
9% is a big deal. Now, gas hasn't really affected me because the Tesla, but I drove.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving around. Megan was taking my car to work every day because I was like, it'll save you. I don't have anywhere to go this week, so I was like, it'll save you probably $40 or $50 in gas.
Yeah.
So she was driving my car, and I took hers to Kroger, and I was like, fuck, man, like $18 in this thing, and it's going to get us like a quarter tank of gas. It's crazy. It's unreal.
It is.
So there's no coming back from it. I don't think there's any coming back from it, which sucks because they've trying to get people to get paid more money, and then everything went through the roof. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
None of that matters.
Well, it starts with the minimum wage now too.
The minimum age controversy is big.
That's gonna fuck a lot of people up too.
I went to I tried to take Carter to Chili's for his birthday.
Yeah.
It's closed. Closed to indoor seating because lack of staff.
Oh.
No
shit.
staff. I'm like, how is that? This is a national chain. This isn't like a mom and pop or kind of not open. It's a freaking Chili's.
Right.
And they have only to-go food because no one wants to work.
Nobody wants to work. This whole Corona thing screwed up a lot of mindsets of 80% of the people.
Well, this is I talked with somebody the other day on Omegle about it, and I was saying that it did a few things. It showed people, some people just said, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to accept the fate that I don't have a job, I don't have any money, and I'm fucked.
Right.
And then a lot of people were like, I got a lot of time to learn things that I've never had time to do before. And they did. They learned like how to do side hustles, how to drop ship stuff, how to do NFTs or crypto or trading or, 1,000 other side hustles. So open a little Etsy shop. So, and they did well. And now they don't have to go back to work.
Right.
So you're like, okay, so maybe what if more people do that, we have the issue where Chili's don't have any employees. So it's like, all right, well, we still need people to do other jobs that you don't want to do anymore because they don't pay enough. Or it's just shitty to sell your time to that place. But then what? We have everyone working from home and all the places you love to go to. No one wants to work there, so they're fucking closed. Isn't it crazy?
Taco Bell closed at like 8:30 the other night.
Really?
Yeah, I went in there. It's like 8:45, and I pull up. I was like, I'm gonna get a crunch wrap. And they're like, no, because of staffing, we're closing. I'm like, what do you mean staffing?
And we want to work.
It's fucking Taco Bell. One person can run a Taco Bell. Like, what the fuck?
It takes one person to run Taco Bell.
I mean, honestly, it's just tortillas and grills, man.
Yeah, but you know what? It's changed, and I don't know what's the solution to that. I mean, that some things will just never be back.
Right.
Some things will just be gone forever.
DoorDash is at an all-time high right now.
I looked into doing Instacart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just drive over and shop for people.
Yeah,
at grocery stores. And I was like, I mean, I'm pretty quick through a grocery store. How hard could that be? Now, they're not always nearby. I look on the app, I'm like, man, I don't want to drive to Winder to go buy groceries for somebody. That's a little far.
Yeah.
But if it was like close by, down the street, like I ain't got nothing to do.
How much do you make off of that?
I saw some that were like shopper only. Like you just go in there, you just shopping and put it in a bag and you put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Those were like between like $6 and $9, some of the orders that you'd make.
What, per order?
Yeah.
Oh.
Per order. Which, I mean, look, man, if you go in there and pick up 20 items, check out, put it on the shelf for $8. I mean, fuck, man, what's that take you? 10 minutes? 15 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, you got to drive there, drive out.
4 miles away.
Oh, you're talking about just
I'm talking about just going right down the road. I'm not talking about driving far.
Yeah.
But, you did 4 or 5 of those, paid for your groceries.
Yeah.
I saw some that were paying like $18, $20 for like a full service. Like you just go pick it up and then deliver it.
Nice.
Or shop and then deliver it. So, I don't know. There's people that make good money doing it. Now in the city, probably way better.
Oh,
because
that.
you don't have to go as far. Out here, we got to drive a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I think there's room for that to be profitable for people.
Yeah.
I think that's a job that people will do because it's a service. Like for right now, if I didn't want to go to the store, I can go on an app and in 20, 30 minutes, someone will bring me my groceries.
Right.
And you can deliver medicine and alcohol. You can apply for those. So some alcoholics who are shit-faced that can't drive, maybe they tip better.
Well, half of them do, yeah.
They're already there. They're already there.
Yeah.
They're smashed. I don't know, but it did create like a whole new world of things that we didn't have, like DoorDash.
Yeah.
Uber Eats was pretty popular. What's another service?
Do you drink?
Occasionally. Yeah, like if I'm gonna have tacos or something, I might want a beer, but I can't drink to get drunk.
Right.
Like I just can't do it. It takes too much fluid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. It takes a lot. And I'm just not interested. Nothing tastes that great.
When I drank, it took a lot for me to drink too.
The last time I was drunk was probably about a year and a half ago.
Nice.
We went. I always drove whenever we go out to like a club or a bar. I always drove because I'm like, I'm just gonna have like, we'll be there for 2 hours. I might have one, maybe 2 drinks throughout the whole 2 hours. Then I'll drive. Everyone get home safe.
Right.
And I said, you know what? We're gonna go. We were going to like Havana Club, I think. And I said, all right, I'm gonna get us an Uber, and then we'll get an Uber back. That way I can drink. And I killed a bottle of champagne at Megan's, like 2 shots before we left. And then I had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 drinks down there. And I was feeling just fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was late. By the time we left, it was 2 in the morning. And I just remember like getting in the Uber and I was like, I'm going to sleep. I was so tired. And that's probably the last time. I was definitely remember being like, whoa, I'm lit.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time. I don't enjoy it. I don't want a hangover. I haven't had a hangover and I couldn't even tell you how long. But none of that, it doesn't sound great to just go out and just drink until everyone's drunk.
Or at home drinking and shit.
It doesn't make much sense to me either. It really just gets depressing.
Yeah. I drank for a while.
You know?
I did drink for a long time.
You're like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna feel better? So you're not gonna feel better.
No.
At all.
I used to drink and play video games and play with my friends online, just wasted fucking drunk. Like, dumbass. Wake up in the morning hungover for no reason. High score? I don't remember. I
couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. Like, when I would drink too, I like fruity drinks. I like the drinks that taste good.
Yeah.
Like I got to drinking when I was about 21, 22. I got drinking into champagne because it was cheap. You could buy like a bottle of Cooks for $9. And dude, I could drink Cooks and orange juice, make me little mimosas.
Yeah.
Taste good, and it'd fuck you up.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I could kill a whole bottle of champagne in a night and feel great, and then I don't have a hangover. And I remember my roommate, me and him, we started drinking it because we went to my mom's wedding, and we never really drank champagne. And then she got married, and we had some champagne. I was like, this is good. And I'm like, this is cheap. This is great. So we always had a bottle of Cooks.
Nice.
But outside of that, I had this neighbor. She was like 30. I was in my early 20s. It's before I met Jen. So I was 21 or 22. And I had this neighbor, and it was like the hot neighbor across the hall. She was a little older. She was like 32, 33 at the time.
Yeah.
And she's a train wreck. I didn't know that she was like a recovering alcoholic. So I invite her over for dinner one night, and I was like, "Hey, come on over, me and Nate cook." And I was cleaning up, and I was putting stuff away or whatever in the apartment. And I come back like a couple minutes later, and she had gotten I had a bottle of vodka in the freezer. Dude, she was toasted in minutes. She had drank like an excessive amount of vodka.
Oh shit.
And she's like passed out on my bed. I'm like, what the
Wait. So you're a 21-year-old. So I know what I'm looking at. You're a 21-year-old, just got home, and there's your neighbor.
No. I invited her over.
Oh, yeah.
For dinner.
Right.
And we ate and stuff. And then I was just like picking up or whatever. And she had gotten this bottle, she like in the freezer, and was like, oh, vodka. And apparently, man, just drank some, like enough. Within 10 minutes,
Jesus.
She was done.
Really?
Like slurred speech done, like passed out in my room. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I found out like the next day, because eventually I got her up and over to her apartment. It was like, you got to go home. And she had this weird like sugar daddy thing happening with this old dude. He was old. He was like 60s, maybe 70 years old. But he was paying for her apartment. And he had said like, oh no, she got real bad like addiction issue with alcohol. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was unpurview to me. Not like I was just over there playing her with alcohol. She just decided to help herself. But it's kind of crazy, man.
Damn.
Kind of wild.
So what happened after that? Did she say sorry or anything?
Yeah, she felt shitty.
Did she?
Yeah, and then she ended up going to rehab too. Not too long after that, I went and visited her because we like we're still like friends for a while. And she was like divorced or separated. I don't know what the whole situation was. I don't remember, but she was a wild one, man. I wonder whatever happened to her. Her name was Amy. Her name was Amy. Yeah.
She's in her like what 50s now?
She's probably in her late 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Late 40s, probably.
Yeah.
What happened to her? Crazy, man. I don't know. I knew people that just would get drunk to excess.
Yeah.
And it's just like you didn't look like they had any fun. Like you didn't enjoy it. Like you have to do just sitting at a party, just out, just done. Puking. You're like, what the fuck fun is that? So I never really got into that shit.
I drank a lot. And then like recently, as you know, I quit drinking completely. Like 100%, haven't had a sip of alcohol in 8 months now. That's my accident.
Right.
I was drunk that night. I fucking got hit by the car. You know, it hurt my head. You know, but after that, I realized like I can't do this shit anymore. On skateboard, I don't want to. And ever since I quit drinking, dude, like my life is just like, completely turned around as far as like the way I feel. I mean, how everything's like getting big on me too, like everything. All right, so it's just like it's a change in so much shit. So like,
Right.
I'm like, okay, this is cool. Then I go out to the bars and whatnot. I can be around alcohol all day. I can, no problem. I have no problem not drinking. But now I'm starting to see what I was when I did drink. I was like, holy shit, bunch of idiots out here. Like,
And it's expensive.
it's expensive.
If you go out and drink, it's real expensive.
Yeah.
You know, drinks are freaking $8, $9, $10, $12 a pop.
And you drink 5 or 6 of them, you know, $60 before food.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, people spend a lot of money on just getting smashed.
Yeah, and they don't remember any of it.
A lot of times. Or they remember all of it and they just wasted money anyway. You know, like I'd buy like a bottle of vodka and have it at the house, and maybe occasionally I just mix a drink and just have one.
Right.
If I was, it depends. Like if I mean, like, you know, like a nice steak dinner or something, I wouldn't mind having a drink with that.
Yeah.
But just to sit around and do nothing
and drink,
that's boring.
I think that's why I play video games.
I like beer. I like beer enough to drink it, but I don't want to drink enough beer to be drunk. Like it's too much liquid. Like go drink like a gallon of beer.
Yeah.
Like not interested in that.
I was a straight tequila person.
Oh man, Marshall killed. Oh my God.
Tequila
Marshall
was
tequila.
my bread and butter. That's all I
So
drank.
when I was younger, I worked in the bar business, in the bar industry, restaurant industry, and I that was the days when Jaeger bombs were popular. Goldschlager was real popular. Man, I would pound some freaking liquor back in the day, so much. Tequila was never really my favorite.
No,
I couldn't kill tequila.
Enjoy tequila. Tequila and like a good like bourbon whiskey were like my two like go-to.
I was a vodka drinker.
I got
Vodka and
emotional with
vodka.
vodka. I got like real like in my feels with vodka. Give me a skinny glass, you know, like whatever. Like I don't know, like I got like in my feelings with vodka.
Okay.
Like opened up that part of me that is so guarded and shaded.
I remember we discovered chocolate cake shots, which was Frangelico vodka and like lime, something like that. And if you would take the shot and then bite the lime, it tastes like chocolate cake. That was fun for a while.
Different.
Got into those, yeah.
Different.
Yeah, it was very sweet when you put them together. And then we always had some of that around. And when I worked at a bar that closed, and they owed me a bunch of money when they closed the bar. And I took home I had like 2 POS systems in my freaking townhouse.
Damn.
You know, and I had all the liquor in the bar.
Really?
So it was all around my I had the neon sign, bro. It was damn Cheers. You know, we turned the light on and I had everything you needed to make anything you wanted.
That's awesome.
For a while. Yeah, I was young,
How'd
man.
you acquire all that? Just fell into place?
Yeah, I worked in the restaurant industry for a while, and then I started working at this bar and grill. Like I just wanted to be a server.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have their shit together, man. They were a mess. And so immediately I found out, like, I'm like, dude, you guys, I'd already worked at like Jillian's, Dave & Buster's type place. So I was pretty privy to the restaurant world.
Yeah.
And before that, I worked in another restaurant. But so I was like, nah, man, you guys this whole thing is fucked. Like, you're not doing anything right.
Right.
So I started training people there, you know, and then kind of became like damn near like an assistant general manager in that place. I mean, I was there all the time. And then I was running the bar, I was running everything, but then they just didn't have any money.
Right.
You know, wherever the money they were making was going somewhere. It was actually, honestly, it was probably going to just straight into one of the owner's pockets and feeding his family. He had a big family. He had like, there was like 7 of them. They always came in, ate like crabs like crazy, like expensive food all the time, and they never paid for it. I mean, it's a good chunk of money. So when they finally closed, they're like, look, man, we're going to close up because we can't pay the bills and all this shit. And he was trying to get a grant to stay open. That didn't work. And I ended up suing him for my money, and I lost because the guy that was the face didn't own anything. And they said, well, you sued the wrong person.
Shit.
So I got burned out of like probably $20,000. Yeah. It ended up causing me to file bankruptcy. I couldn't pay my bills. Like I was just too far behind. The promise of being paid all the time. So
yeah,
it screwed me pretty good. So when the place closed, I'm like, well, I mean, fuck, what do you do with all this? I'm taking all this with me.
Yeah.
So I took a good bit of the liquor that was there.
Have like a bootlegger.
Yeah, man. Dude, we just fucking sat around and fucked off and drank and did dumb stuff. You know, you look back and you're like, well, got away with enough.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get hurt. And no one got hurt and everything was okay. But we did some dumb stuff, man. You used to drink and drive too much. And that was because I was just young.
Right.
You know, like you were okay. I remember this one time we went to Wild Bill's back in the day. And I went with a friend of mine who didn't have a license. His license was suspended for DUI. So there's two guys that I knew that had DUIs. They were older than me.
Right.
This guy, he got in a DUI. So we meet up there with some friends, his two girlfriends of mine. They parked they drove themselves. And then when Wild Bill's closed, we were all feeling decent. I wasn't drunk, but everyone was fine. We go to Waffle House to eat. It's like 3:30 in the morning.
Right.
And it's at Pleasant Hill. So I'm driving back to Pleasant Hill where you got to make a right to go to the highway from like the Toys R Us area, wherever it was.
Yeah.
You can't make a left at that light. You can only make a right. Well, I needed to go left. And I realized that as I drive right by the McDonald's. I'm like, fuck, I need to make a left. So I stop. There's nobody there.
Right.
Early as fuck in the morning. I back up. And at the time I was driving a 95 Trans Am. So red sports car. I back up like 40 feet, make a left into the parking lot to drive through the parking lot to get to the other light to get them to their car. There's a cop apparently at McDonald's parking lot, sees me back up, says that's suspicious, pulls me over.
Right.
And, gets me out of the car, arrests me. He arrested me he said I had an unpaid ticket or something. So I was like, this is bullshit. So they look at Andy and he is drunk. He didn't drive there. I drove him there.
Right.
And they're like, can you can drive, right? And he's like, yeah, sure. And the girls are in the back and they're like, what's happening? I'm like, dude, he can't drive nowhere. He's like, what am I going to say? No, officer, I'm too shit-faced. He's like, dude, I white-knuckled. I sat in that parking lot for like 45 fucking minutes. Like scared to death to even drive anywhere. And I was like, dude, yeah. So eventually all the cops left and he went across the street and dropped them off and then drove my car back to my apartment. Stayed there. That shit was crazy as hell. I couldn't believe that. He was like gone. He was so gone. This is what alcohol does to you. He was older than me. So I was probably 22 at the time and Andy was probably 28. He's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
We go for St. Patrick's Day. Want to go out. And it was just going to be me and Andy.
Right.
We weren't the best of friends. I knew Andy because he was part of the group. I used to have this little car club. Everyone drove like Camaros or Trans Ams. He had a Camaro that he was no longer allowed to drive because DUI.
Damn.
So I said, you know what? Let's go out. We'll go out to a bar. We'll have a good time. Maybe we'll meet some women. Cool. I said, I'm going to go pick up my mom's car. We're going to drive the Honda. That way we're inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go to this bar in downtown Duluth. A lot of cops. So he's like, cool. So I go borrow my mom's Honda Accord. We drive out there. Nothing really going on. He gets, some drinks in him. He's feeling freaking fantastic. I didn't really drink. I didn't care. And he's pretty lit. So we're driving back through downtown Duluth. And I couldn't even make this up if I tried. I can remember it so vividly. There's this car in front of us. He goes, fucking can't stand that car. And I was like, what? And he's like, I fucking hate that fucking car. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, fucking hate that car, man. I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, it's funny, but it's weird.
Right. We
pull up to the stoplight where the train track is downtown Duluth. This motherfucker opens a door, gets out of my car, leaves the door open, walks up to the car in front of us, opens the passenger door, gets in the car. Door closes, car drives off.
What?
No bullshit. 2 a.m., probably 2 a.m., or maybe 1 a.m. Guy drives off. I'm sitting at the freaking in the road, doors open, he gone.
Right.
I'm like, dude, where the fuck did Andy go?
Right.
Who is this person? Like, he doesn't know him. I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm like, shit. So I close the door and I'm following this car. I'm calling my buddy, who's like, we're good friends with Andy. And I'm like, man, he just got out of the car. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he's in someone else's car. He's like, well, who? I'm like, no idea. Random car in the road. He didn't like the car. For some reason, he got in the car, and for whatever reason, this person decided to leave. So I follow him for like a few miles.
Wow.
This car pulls into like a business park, drives to the back of the business park, parks. The driver gets out, walks into the building. And I'm like, what in the fuck is happening right now? Andy's still in the car. So I'm like, holy shit, where is this guy? Who is this person? I get out and I'm like, get in the fucking car. And he's like, what? I'm like, get in the car. What are you doing? Who is that? He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. He gets in the car. I'm like, this is crazy. I drive back to my apartment. He passes out. The next day, remembers none of it. I tell him what he did. He's like, no, it didn't happen. I'm like, dude, it happened. Like, who just drives off? It was wild, man. He didn't remember any of it. He didn't remember nothing. He's like, there's no way I did that. I'm like, you 1,000% did that shit. Alcohol is wild, man. People do some wild shit.
That's insane. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Sounds about right, though, for the alcohol. Honestly.
You know, some people drink, they just get wild.
It's not unexpected, you know? Yeah, they do. They get nuts. I was one of those types that just would do some crazy off the wall shit, you know? Like, I would always do daredevil shit. Like, I would do some crazy shit that people would be like, what are you doing? Like, stop, you're gonna hurt yourself, or, you know.
Yeah, I had a friend that was like that. He tried to break a dog out of a minivan at Wild Bill's. Someone had a dog in a minivan, and we got out, and he was like, dude. And at the time, my girlfriend, she was like, oh my God, there's a dog in that car. And he was like, yeah, there's a dog in that car. And she's like, oh my God, you got to get the dog out. And he's like, I'm going to get that dog out. And he walked over and punched the window. It did not give a shit. Then he tried to kick the window. It didn't care either. No. And I was like, we need to leave.
Was it like nighttime?
Yeah. I mean, Wild Bill was like 1:30 in the morning. I mean, it's late.
The dog was fine in the car.
Yep. We borrowed a shopping cart from a mall. Got that home somehow. So we had a shopping cart at the house for a while. So that happened. What else did he do? He did some wild stuff, man. We'd always end up at a Family Time Fun Park, which was like an old go-kart putt-putt center in Lawrenceville. Oh, Lawrenceville. It's in Lawrenceville. It closed like forever ago. Yeah. And it was like Jurassic Park in there because it's all overgrown and shit.
Really?
And yeah, it was wild. And we'd always end up there, like, let's go to Family Time Fun Park. Yeah. Let's go fucking run around that place in the middle of the night for no reason.
That's funny.
Yeah. And one time, man, like I said, we got away with stuff. He had a stunt bike. He was a freestyle stunt rider. Completely not street legal. Not even remotely street legal. No headlights, no tag, no registration, no insurance. It's a parking lot bike. We ride in a parking lot. Get smashed. Hey, you know what we should do? Should go ride wheelies down 29. I'm like, that's a good idea. Yeah, we should film that shit. That'd be a great video. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna get in the back of the truck. You get on the bike, and he's out there fucking no helmet, riding fucking spreader wheelies down 29, 2 a.m. Wah! Just drunk as shit. I'm like, dude, we got away with stuff. You know, it was a wild time.
Yeah.
Let's look back, and I'm like, got away with enough. Just drive the speed limit, stay out of trouble. You know.
Do reverse.
So
40 feet.
Yeah, man. People realize how fragile people are. People are fragile.
They're fragile but resilient at the same time.
I watched a lot of videos online. I'm like, I don't see how these people survive. Like, just the human body just doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. You know, they're resilient. People are pretty resilient.
It's willpower. True.
Could be. Some of it willpower. Some of it just sheer utter luck.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Like them dudes who stack trampolines like eight trampolines tall and then jump off of them.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dudes from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got like 10 trampolines in their backyard. How is the HOA okay with this?
What is it?
I don't know.
Joke Squad or something like that.
I don't know, man. There's a handful of them that just all live together and now they just jump on trampolines on the internet.
That's it, man.
It's a good time.
Just
figured it out.
The TikTok houses and the
Yeah.
YouTube houses and stuff. They all get together and just make content. And
Yeah.
get sponsors to pay for everything.
Everything. I knew this woman. She had done like social media management for some companies, and before she just dipped out of my life, she went out to LA and had this offer to kind of be like a brand promoter for these people, and it was the same deal. It was a big ass house out in LA, and she's like, "You're babysitting them. Like, they don't clean up after each other. It's a mess. They're up all night. They have no responsibilities at all." She's like, "I don't want to be their mom, you know, like they're not kids. They're 19 to 20 something year olds, but the place is a mess." She's like, "Nah, I'm not interested in doing that." And they pay well, but you got to live there. You got to live there with them
and just take care of them.
Yeah, because they're filming everything they do all the time.
Right.
And then someone has to edit it, someone has to put it up, and someone has to do, everything for them. They're not doing all that work, but they're living in a, $15,000 a month house and just fucking off, man.
Man, I mean, that sounds fun, but at the same time, it sounds so repetitive and boring.
Yeah. It'd be fun if you were like 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
No responsibility.
What about these new guys, or not new guys, the old guys that do like this, like the Gucci, like one dude has like Gucci tattooed on his chest, or like Daddy Long Neck or whatever, like
Long Neck,
yeah, Gucci Joe or whatever the hell his name is.
Man, look, that the internet just proves that anyone can do it. Anyone can make it. I don't understand. I don't. How do they have any money at all?
I don't know.
Who gave these people money?
Did they win like a lottery ticket or something, do you think? Or there has to be some type of background story with that.
There has to be, because look at them. They're not talented people.
No. They're like the type that went to like the alternative schools and were in like the classrooms with like 3 or 4 people. And
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not saying there's anything wrong with that.
They just don't have $100,000 watches.
No.
Like, I don't know. Their hair is ridiculous. They're ridiculous. The whole thing is, I don't know anything about them other than people made fun of them saying the Island Boys.
Yeah.
All I know about them. And that they have way too much money.
They are not. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. What like, how? How did that happen?
Their like song is like
I've never heard the song. I don't even know what the song is.
Iron Boy.
But I don't know. You can play the whole beat. No idea what
I don't
it is.
know. I've listened to clips of it from like Barstool. That's about it.
All I've seen is the people who make fun of them.
People make fun of them all over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
I mean, their teeth are yellow from their gold. But they're like, it don't look good at all.
No.
It looks like bad.
Nothing about them looks good.
No.
But they're famous. I know who they are. That's problem number 1 for me. I know who they are. How is that? How do I know that? How do I know who they are? I think there's other people out there deserving of my attention.
I'm not going to get famous, man. Why are you going to get famous? Damn.
I feel like I am famous for something. I don't know. I don't put out enough content.
Yeah.
I don't put out enough crazy stuff to be famous. That's the end game. It's just if you want to make it, you just have to do the work. None of it's free. None of it does itself, you know. Like I was talking to this guy from New Zealand the other day, and he was 24 years old, writing a book on philosophy, some kind of philosophy book or whatever. And we got on the topic of we got on top of Kobe Lame, and I was like, that dude just rich from just this on TikTok. Doesn't speak, just that's it. And he's got like 170 million followers on TikTok. I think he has the most followers on TikTok. He doesn't speak, and the only reason he even did that was because he didn't speak English well. So he didn't want to talk. So his whole thing was like, you did something that was stupid or ridiculous energy to do. And he just went, I can do it like this. His whole stick.
Talking about the one guy.
Everyone knows him.
He's like that type of guy.
Yeah, he just does this.
Oh,
like someone does some elaborate way to open a door, and then he just opens the door and goes. I think it's 170 million followers.
He trended all over with all
famous
sorts of stuff. Too.
Famous, making crazy money, but he just kept doing it. There's also the guy on TikTok, the Joker guy, Straight Dope Place, and he keeps getting banned. I don't know why he keeps getting banned. Because he just did the same thing over and over again, the Waiting to Exhale song. And he's never done anything to get banned, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But also famous. People know who he is. He's everywhere.
It's wild.
It is wild. And it's easy for them just to keep doing it. And eventually it pays off.
It does.
Eventually. Step 1, do it. Step 2, do it again. Step 3, repeat step 1 and 2. That's the end game.
That's it.
And eventually you get there. It's wild. I did talk to a kid yesterday who he ran some YouTube cash cow channels, which he's probably the first person I've ran into that I've actually talked to that ran a cash cow channel, which, and he was like, this other kid that I did follow on Instagram. And I was like, yeah, I know who that is. And he's like, really? And I was like, dude, like, that's wild that I know who he is. His name's Chase Namek. And I was like, yeah, I know who that is. I followed him for a while. And they run these clips channel. Basically, if you see a video that's like 10 most, biggest houses in Atlanta or something, and it's just clips with a narrator, those videos are on what they call cash cow channels. They didn't film the video themselves. They didn't narrate it themselves. They're not even in the video at all. And these top 10 or most whatever elaborate things or those videos are super popular. And they have clickbait thumbnails, and they're able to use all the footage because it's just voiceover repurposed. Right. And they post them, and they get hundreds of thousands of views on a channel. And so this kid, he said he just outsources all of it. He just pays people to do it and then puts it on the channel. They pay big, man. Yeah. Chase Namek's over 6 figures a month. Yeah. He was trying to get to, I think about 9 months ago, he was trying to achieve $1 million a month in YouTube revenue without having to do any work himself. And then he sells courses too, which are just different tier levels. For you can give that dude like $20,000 and he will build up a YouTube channel for you, and it's a revenue split. Wow. It's like a 50-50 revenue split.
So you're doing all the work and you're giving him half.
Well, no, he's going to do the initial bit of it, and then you're a registered owner of it, and then you can continue on with what he started, or you can go your own route. A lot of people just don't. Like, he'll find someone who's making content but doesn't have an audience. Right. And he'll go, all right, I'll just pay you to make content. And then he's posting it on his channel. And, you might pay you $500 a video. And you're like, oh, sweet. That's pretty good. I didn't do that much. I made the videos anyway. And he's over here making, monthly tenfold off the videos because he's got the audience. Smart. It is smart. It's super smart.
It's crazy the world we live in right now with this all of this.
They're just pulling money out of thin air.
They really are.
It's amazing.
And where does YouTube get all this money from?
YouTube gets the money from advertisers.
That's
Yeah, and it's all automated.
Right.
You want to run ads on YouTube, like every ad you see on YouTube is paid for.
Yeah.
So
I pay for premium. I don't ever watch ads.
Yeah, me too. Fuck ads. It's like two of my accounts that don't have premium, and sometimes I'll play a video. I'm like, this is stupid.
You're right. You immediately close out.
And if you pay for premium and you watch a video, they get paid ad revenue anyway.
Do they really?
They get paid for the view off of the premium membership.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would say that the majority of the revenue that I have on my analytics comes from ads that are non-premium, but yeah, if you pay for it. Same with Spotify.
Yeah, I don't use Spotify.
I don't either. Megan uses Spotify, but my son does.
Honestly, it's all YouTube. When I do the premium, it's just everything's YouTube.
Yeah.
Music's on there, playlists are on there. I even got movies on there. Like, I bought Fight Club the other night, $13, just because I was like, I'm on YouTube. Why not? I watched Fight Club. Great movie. I love that movie.
Man, I'd just download them.
Hmm?
I just download them, man.
Oh, or the movies?
Yeah.
No?
Movies and TV shows I want to watch.
Oh, shit.
If it's not on Netflix or YouTube for free, I'll just download it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, I do have a streaming service I pay $8 a month for that lets me stream everything, all the channels. But if I'm not watching it live,
Yeah.
you know, I watch like the fights on it and stuff, the pay-per-views.
Nice.
Sometimes I'll catch like a live show that I want to watch, but most of the time it's just for pay-per-views.
Really?
Yeah, because I'll miss it. I'll miss like, you know, one of my favorite TV shows, and I'll just download it and watch it. And then I stream it through Kodi to my TV, to my Fire Sticks.
Yeah. Nice.
Set it all up, man.
Yeah. Do something with it. I don't know.
Gotta do something with it. Gotta do something with it, man. So what's next? What's the next thing that's gonna happen? We're about to be at Christmas. Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's gonna be a thing, man. Things are going too smoothly right now.
Think so?
Yeah. Things are going too smooth.
What do you think's gonna happen? Think it's gonna be something political or something? Another riot somewhere?
We're not gonna have riots. I predict no riots till 2023. 2023, we will see riots.
You think so?
Oh, 1,000%. I
Why
would
does
bet
that-
everything on it.
2023. What is that? That's
Election year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's when the riots come back.
We're going back to Republicans, I assume.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that we're going back to Republicans, but it's going to depend on how well they play the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Joe Biden won't run. They've already been planting the seeds for that.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris would so back Kamala Harris because she will run for president for sure.
She's not gonna win that.
She'll run.
She'll run.
Who else are they going to run instead of her? At the moment, nobody.
No.
Republicans have a small handful of people they pick from. Trump among them. I don't think Trump runs. I mean, I think he runs, but I don't think he gets nomination.
You don't think so?
No, I
You
don't think
Trump's
so.
gonna be in the running for it all again?
I think he's going to have a hard time beating out someone like DeSantis, or I think so.
Yeah.
Mainly because there's too much shit around him. There's a lot of people that still love Donald Trump, but I think Trump played the game well the first go around, won. Second go around, I still believe, this is just my personal opinion, the Democratic Party used the social climate and fueled the fire against him
Yeah.
with race and division, for sure. And I watched it unfold. I'm like, man, this doesn't make sense. Like, where are all these riots coming from? Where are all these people? Like, I'm not saying that they instigated the killings of black people for the division. I think
Right.
they took advantage of specific incidences in which it was a lose-lose situation for Trump
Right.
in the political sectum, because one side, the Republicans are going, that was a just thing that happened. This guy shouldn't have been resisting. He shouldn't have been doing whatever. Pick whichever case you want.
Right.
There was in every case where the police killed somebody, there was always a moment where it didn't have to happen on both sides of the altercation. And Republicans tend to go, well, they shouldn't have done that. And
Yeah.
this is what happened. So the Democrats go, the police shouldn't have, they should just let them go. Let them run away or whatever.
Right.
There's always two sides of it. But in the political realm, I think that the Democrats were like, we're just going to pour a whole bunch of fire onto this. You know, let's just light that up. And then Trump's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, because he's never going to win over the Democratic vote by siding with them,
Right.
for sure. But he's going to lose probably some Republicans for going that way. And they really just divided it by race. And I think they did a brilliant job. And ever since the election, there's been no riots. Not a single riot.
No.
Not one. Now, they just let Seattle go. They were like, fucking whatever, or Portland, Oregon. They're like, you can have that. We are not interested in Portland,
Yeah.
you know. But when you look at everything else that happened, there's no riots.
No.
They're still killing people all the time. Police kill people fucking like every other week.
Yeah.
No one cares. And they're like, oh, do you think Black Lives Matter is going to rally if Kyle Rittenhouse is not guilty? I said, nope,
No.
not at all.
There's no reason.
There will be
for
no
him to.
uprising. Yeah, there's no political agenda.
No.
Doesn't matter. First of all, he ain't killing black people. Start Step one. And number two is that they will achieve nothing from doing it. There's no political agenda.
Right.
Right now, it would only hurt the Biden presidency. Joe Biden's not going to come out and stop anybody from doing anything. So, but once they fire up that campaign trail, you best believe there's going to be some heat.
Yeah.
It worked really well, and I think they'll do it again.
They will. That's
just my opinion. Maybe that's not what happened. I feel like it's what happened looking back at it as a whole. As someone who didn't vote for either one of them, it's just like, I think that they played the game well.
Yeah.
Trump did. I mean, look, they threw everything at that dude. Yeah. They threw every freaking scandal you can come up with at him.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. He did not care. And most people didn't care.
No.
They were like, porn star. Hilarious. Like, Melania. Whatever. They just threw everything at him. Taxes. Whatever. Where's his tax return? They still don't have that shit.
No. Of course not.
So who cares? No one cares.
No one cares. So
it'll be interesting. But I do think that if he runs, they'll fire up that train, man. They'll fire up that race train real quick.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah. In the meantime, we just have little sparks here and there. You got Dave Chappelle trying to get canceled.
I love that.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it.
It's amazing.
Dave Chappelle is a genius.
He is a genius.
He's probably one of the best comedians.
Uncancelable. You can't cancel him.
You cannot cancel Dave Chappelle. Can't.
Did anyone get canceled? Really? I don't think anyone did. Everyone's come back.
Yeah.
Every single person they tried to cancel has come back.
What about the woman who made Harry Potter? J.K. Rowling? Is that her name?
Yeah, but she's not like a celebrity figure.
Well, no, but she created Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And they're trying to cancel her because of her look on trans people.
Yeah, but that would mean like she's actively doing something. She's not really doing shit.
No, I know, but they are like not allowing her to go to her events, like the Harry Potter festivals and stuff like that. They don't want her there.
Really?
Yeah. They like want to shut her out from going to these events, and they don't want her around it. They don't want her to be a part of Harry Potter anymore. It was like she created Harry Potter. It's her story. Without her, there's no Harry Potter. And you want to throw her out of it because she was stating facts, not doing anything else other than.
Interesting. I didn't really pay much attention to that one. Maybe because she's just not like a popular cultural person right now.
Harry Potter's pretty damn popular.
It is popular, but Harry Potter is popular, not J.K. Rowling.
Right.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
It's not like it's be like saying that was not even a good example. Like canceling Saturday Night Live would be like an example. Canceling. They didn't try to cancel KFC.
No, I'm just saying like Colonel Sanders, canceling Colonel Sanders from KFC. Yeah. That's like canceling J.K. Rowling from Harry Potter.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know. Cancel culture kind of went away for the most part too.
After Dave Chappelle did.
I think Dave Chappelle was like the last attempt.
Right.
They were like, how are we going to get him? And he was like, bring it on, motherfuckers. Yeah, I'll come talk to him.
Yeah.
They were like, we don't want to hear from you.
His whole closure was about that.
His entire thing, like last 30 minutes was about how he befriended this transgender person and he was a friend and then killed herself.
Yeah.
Because of arguably what the trans community did to that person, which is crazy.
Then he made a joke about it and said that they would have loved it. It's just. I don't know. I grew up with Dave Chappelle's comedy. The Chappelle Show. I was in like 8th grade when Chappelle Show came out. I'd watch that every Wednesday night on Comedy Central, right after South Park.
Man, South Park made it through all of it.
They're still making episodes. South Park.
South Park made it through everything.
You can't stop. South Park had something like that a few years ago. They're saying cancel South Park. Cancels it like at the end of it, like the shit that they were doing.
It's pretty wild. Some stuff just made it through.
They had Bruce Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner, whatever, like running over people in the car.
Yeah.
That was wild,
man. They just get away with everything. Get away with it all, dude. There's a certain level of just no fucks given.
No.
Where you're just like, we're going to do what we want to do. Those people are free as fuck. For sure.
What was it? Matt Parker and Trey?
Yeah.
Matt and Trey?
Yeah. Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
Matt Stone.
That sounds
Trey
about
Parker.
right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
They do what they want.
They do.
There's a handful of people that get to do that.
They're funny as hell.
They are funny as hell.
Do you ever watch basketball?
Yeah. Those were some silly ass movies.
Yeah.
There was a lot of silly ass movies back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get those anymore.
Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah.
I miss those movies, man.
That was decent too.
Because they were actually good, though. See, like, they'll make some stupid movies nowadays, and they're just dumb as hell. It's like, come on, man. It's like, all right, where's the plot at? Where's the line? You know, the line, they just go all over the place. They don't. It's all movie production's rushed now. You know, they rush to get it over with and move on. Or they'll throw a bunch of money at something like what was that one with Ryan Reynolds in it? The where he's the hitman.
Hitman's Bodyguard?
No. That was a good movie. I actually enjoyed that movie. It was a Netflix special one that he made. Underground 6 or something.
Oh yeah.
Where they dumped a lot
Six
of money
Underground.
into that movie.
Yeah, they did.
And it was good, but
Did you watch the new one, Red Notice?
No.
Dwayne Johnson?
No, I haven't seen that.
I don't want to ruin it for you.
Was it Red Notice? Dwayne Johnson? What is it?
Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot.
What is it about?
Ryan Reynolds plays this art thief. Dwayne Johnson is supposed to be playing this FBI agent trying to catch him. Gal Gadot plays another thief that is like kind of more like a better thief than them. So Ryan Reynolds is trying to steal this particular antiquity,
Yeah.
and Dwayne Johnson's trying to stop him, and then Gal Gadot is trying to steal it from Ryan Reynolds.
Is this on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
What's it called?
Red Notice.
Red Notice.
Yeah, it came out on Red Notice.
Red Notice.
Came out on Friday, and it was like Netflix's biggest budget movie to date.
Was it good? Yeah.
I kind of describe it like Fast and Furious meets National Treasure.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
The scenes are over, the action's over the top. It's over the top
That's what I'm talking about.
scenes. You're
I
like
like that shit.
You're like, I mean, we go watch Fast and Furious now, you just expect cars to like do ridiculous things.
Like fly and do some.
Yeah, and Vin Diesel's indestructible.
Right. Like all of it.
And so when I want to watch an art thief movie, I don't need a Fast and the Furious car chase in the movie. I need like a realistic car chase. You know what was good? A movie also on Netflix called, it's the prequel to The Dawn of the Dead, or The Army of the Dead. Oh, I'm drawing a blank.
Black Summer?
Nope. Something Thieves. Army of Thieves, I think maybe it's called.
Is that with Curtis Jackson?
I'm going to look it up. Army of Thieves. Yep, that's what it's called. Army of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think his name is Curtis Jackson.
50 Cent?
No.
Oh, it's Den of Thieves. I was thinking of Den of Thieves.
Yeah, no. This one is different. And this one is about, it's also a heist, but they find this guy who's a safe cracker. He's really big into safes and like cracking them and the history of safes.
Is this one where they're in Vegas? And it's the zombie apocalypse?
It's before the zombie apocalypse.
Okay, I was thinking of the one that just came out, Army of the Dead, I think.
Army of the Dead. This is before the Army of the Dead.
Oh.
So it like the army, like the zombies are just starting in this movie, but they're not a part of the movie really.
Okay.
And so they're out there trying to steal. They're trying to open up these 3 safes. This group of people,
right?
And they find this guy on YouTube talking about this safe maker, and he's like obsessed with these safes.
Mm-hmm.
So they throw him into this criminal element. He has no business being in there, and it's pretty fun. It's a fun movie.
What's it called?
It's called Army of Thieves. That's what it's called.
Army of Thieves. What the hell is that? I don't know how to use Apple.
I can pull it up on this screen. If you just want to move that monitor over a little bit, I can drag it over there. It is Army of Thieves right here. This is the thing for it here.
Was that guy in the Army of the Dead too?
I don't know.
I think he was.
This guy?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
think he was a safecracker in that one.
it was Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one yet. But yeah, he's right there.
Yeah. He's a safecracker in that one.
Okay. Yeah, so he's a safecracker. That's what he does.
Huh.
This is before this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Happened in chronological time frames. But it's fun. It's a fun movie. That was worth watching.
All
Well
right.
made.
You said Army of Thieves?
Army of Thieves.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Army of Thieves. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah?
That was good.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that movie was actually pretty good too. The Army of the Dead. That was actually not a bad one. If you haven't seen that,
We haven't seen that one yet.
that's funny. That he's in that one and in the Army.
Well,
of the
yeah.
Dead.
Well, when this one ends, it ends with him in Vegas as
Really?
like, I don't remember what he was working as, but somebody, I want to say Batista walked into the store that he was in or something, looking for.
Was it a clothing shop? I think it was a clothing shop.
Yeah,
or
maybe it was a
something.
clothing shop. It was something. He worked in some shop,
Okay.
and it was
Army
like,
of Thieves.
yeah, great
And
movie.
That's just when the outbreak was starting.
Yes. Yeah, because you saw him at his job seeing it on TV, and I was like
Right.
the zombies were somewhere, and I'm like, is that real? That's supposed to be really happening?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
was
watch
good.
it tonight. Actually.
That's a good movie.
Okay. Thank you.
Well worth watching.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
When it comes to Netflix movies, I would watch that over Red Notice.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds more because when you tell me about the over the top,
Over the top.
If it's a heist movie, I expect like
Realism.
realism and like something that will like make you like, oh damn, like like not like just
Yeah,
over the
you
top
wanted to
action
to be somewhat believable.
like
Like,
Dog Day Afternoon
yeah,
with Al Pacino.
yeah,
I love that movie.
it'd be believable. Because if it's not believable, what do we do?
No. What about The Inside Man? Do you like that one?
Who's in that?
Russell Crowe, I think. Is it Russell Crowe? Is that his name?
No, it's not Russell Crowe. The Inside Man. Maybe it's Russell Crowe. Is he in there? Who is that? It's not Denzel Washington.
No. No, The Inside Man was Russell. It's Russell something, right? Isn't it?
Oh, Clive Owen.
Clive Owen. Yeah. close
Denzel
enough.
Washington. Clive Owen. Fair enough. Clive Owen, Denzel Washington. You know, it was I want to say it was Clive Owen that was in this show. I tried to get Megan to watch. She couldn't do it. It was called The Nick. Clive Owen was in The Nick.
The Nick.
The Nick.
Why does that sound familiar?
It was a TV show. I think they did 2 seasons based in early 1900s New York City or late 1800s. He was a doctor,
Yeah.
and he worked at a hospital that was called the Knickerbocker. And he was like a kind of a controversial kind of doctor at the time,
Right.
trying to do these procedures to save people that weren't like approved or whatever. But he also had this big cocaine addiction. They used cocaine at the time to numb stuff as an anesthetic. So he had access to cocaine,
Huh.
and he just ended up getting strung out on it. He was in, yeah, Clive Owen in The Nick.
The Nick.
Yeah, that's him right there. Bam, from The Nick.
Oh, check him out.
But it was kind of, it was kind of a gruesome-esque show because
Was it?
it was more realistic. Like, as far as what things were like,
Right.
if you didn't have any money, that was the hospital you went to. They didn't have much money.
Oh, shit.
And man, look, man, surgeries and medicine was not like it is today.
No.
They
Yeah.
didn't know what they were doing.
They give you heroin and cocaine. No problem.
And then they did surgery in a surgical theater in front of people, other doctors and other people they watched it. They were right there.
Wow.
And then, so, they would do whatever the surgery was always in front of people.
Huh.
And then he was trying to come up with these new ways to save people.
Right.
And sometimes they would just die. And then the other thing about it was there was another surgeon that they brought in that was like a family friend who was black. He was younger and he was black. And that was a big deal. in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Because we obviously don't have any slavery, but the segregation and you know, it was not okay for a black doctor to be in there.
Right.
So then he's got this thing to deal with. Like the doctor was amazing. He came from London where there was no problem with him being black doctor or black surgeon.
Right.
Comes to New York, big problem. People don't want him around.
No.
So that was interesting.
Damn.
It was a good show. It was like 2 seasons, I think they did.
Okay.
And I tried to watch it with her, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's so gruesome." And I was like,
Is that on
"Yeah, but
Netflix
it's
too?
real."
Or was that one on?
Let's see. Where could you watch the Nick?
I'm gonna watch the Army of Thieves tonight.
Yeah, that was
I
really
haven't seen
good.
that.
Let's see where you could watch it. I always have like somewhere here. But it used to be on Cinemax. You watch it on HBO Max.
I got that.
Yeah, you can watch it right there.
My
HBO Max.
buddy gave me his account
The
the other
Nick.
day. Cool.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah.
It was real, man. It was like real.
I
You
like
know?
that. I like those types of movies that are like real. You know, like I feel. Oh, and then when they put it together, they make it right. You know, it was sweet.
Yeah,
It was sweet.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I went through because there wasn't a lot of new shows to watch. So me and Megan rewatched. I rewatched them. She'd never seen them.
No.
Yeah, like we watched Justified recently. Just finished that. Rescue Me. You couldn't have Rescue Me on TV now.
No.
No.
What was Rescue Me?
Rescue Me is Dennis Leary, firefighters in New York after
Yeah.
9/11.
Okay.
Man, they had so many racial jokes and homophobe stuff and just the stuff they said in the show. Like, couldn't have that anymore. And it wasn't that long ago. It was made in like 2008.
Okay. Yeah.
Great show, though. I mean, the Rescue Me was awesome. Justified was real good.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed Justified. Some of the best one-liners in TV came out of that show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Better than Letterkenny?
Yeah. Bro. He had he was so cocky and arrogant as a lawman.
Yeah.
He had the best one-liner. My favorite, and this goes for like of all time, my favorite moment in a TV show comes out of that show. Because he has this altercation with this guy, and he's this dude named Win Duffy has like this Winnebago type thing that he lived in. And he was like, Win Duffy was like a not really a mafia guy, but he was like part of a criminal organization, we'll say. He was a criminal organization guy. And so he always had suits on. He kind of ran the show. He has a little bodyguard with him.
Yeah.
And Raylan was the U.S. Marshal from Kentucky. You know, he just no bullshit. He shot a lot of people in the show.
Right.
Fun. He'd always tell people, "I'm gonna give you a chance, or I'm gonna shoot you."
Right.
So he had this altercation with him where he hit him, and he said, "Next time I come back here, you know, we're not having this conversation again." And so he gets back in the trailer, and there was another guy there, and he walks in, and Raylan, you said, and he pop him right in the face, knocks him down, or something, and he takes his gun and he goes. The bullet comes out of it, and he throws it on him. Throws the bullet out, and he catches it. And he says, "The next one's coming a lot faster."
Oh my god.
And he walked out, and I was like, "That's the most gangsterish shit you could say."
That's pretty bad.
Next one's coming faster. Walked
that's-
out. I was like, "Bro, who wrote that line?" Fucking
sick.
baller. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was great. Great show. A lot of good one-liners in there. A lot of good, like, just lawman stuff.
Yeah.
Things you'd expect him to say. He shot a lot of people. He shot
Did he?
almost everybody. He did not care. He would just tell him, "I'm going to shoot you. You put the gun down, I'm going to shoot you." And then, pow.
Done.
Yep. Told him I was going to shoot him.
I said it.
That's how the show
Man, I was
opened.
gonna do it.
That's how the show started. He was in Miami sitting across the table from a guy that was a bad guy, some guy they were after.
Yeah.
And he had a gun on the table. And the other guy had a gun. And he said, "You know, I'm going to give you 3 minutes, finish your meal, and leave. We can go, you know, arrest you, bring you in." "So what are you going to do, shoot me?" "I'm going to give you 3 minutes to leave with me." And then at the end of it, the guy went to pull his gun, and Raylan just shot, pop, pop, pop. Told him. And then that was like his like thing going forward. They were like, "Did you really give him 3 minutes to?" He's like, "I told him I was going to shoot him. Didn't believe me." It was before police, you know, brutality problems.
So
It was before all that was a problem. Now it's a problem. You can't do that. Great show though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good shows. We rewatched most of them.
Nice.
Yeah, now Dexter's on. Watching Dexter.
I haven't seen that yet.
The new one, or
Any
even
of
any of them.
Yeah.
Dexter's great.
I
Yeah.
heard it's really good too.
It is really good. The new season's really good too. Yeah, Dexter's great. We watched all of Dexter, all the seasons,
Really?
just recently.
Watch that.
Yeah,
Me too.
craziness, man.
Man.
Need more TV shows, more entertainment. I got like a billion notifications here. Is any of it relevant to anything? Probably not. Nope.
My phone's been blowing
Nope.
up.
Yeah, man, I need to figure out what we're gonna eat.
Food is what I need.
Yeah, man. Well, we need to do this again
Yeah, I agree.
for sure.
Thank
You're
for
always like,
having me.
"Hey, I'm getting up." I'm like, "But it's 2:00 in the afternoon."
Hey, man. Live a hard life.
You don't live a hard life. No,
you
no.
know,
It's only hard because you make it hard.
it's a lot has changed over the year. A lot has changed, and it's making me grow a lot stronger. Man, I'm happy.
That's all that matters.
So it's just feedback, man. Feedback.
Overcome adversity.
I'm working on building this business now.
Yeah,
I need to build it.
you need to make more content.
Yeah.
Content is key. What you do, you should be recording something from every single time you're at the skate park
Yeah.
and posting it.
I'm there every day,
You have a lot of content.
and you see how I skate.
Yeah,
I create a lot of good shit.
but you just got to film it
I know.
and then post it.
Need a filmer.
I mean, you don't even need a filmer. You can film it yourself. Dude, I see skateboard videos on TikTok daily
Yeah.
that are mind-boggling to me. There's a new one out this kid's doing. It is let me see if I liked it. I want to say I liked it. He's doing this thing like about wanting to go straight skate the streets or something. And then yeah, here we go. This is it. All right, I'm gonna drag it over here. This is the kid. Can you see it? Probably need to move that thing a little bit. Yeah, I got Megan set up there, so it's not as easy for you to see anymore. All right, see him? So
Yeah.
his what was the name of his bit here? It said
Damn.
that was pretty baller.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's not the video I was looking for. Yeah, maybe. He was like going to skate the streets, be like, and he's like, what the fuck? All these crazy ass tricks people are doing.
Wow.
And he's like, I
Wow.
was just gonna go get on my board right quick. I want to
That's
say he
insane.
has some more that were like this. Let's see. Skate slams these days be like, yeah, baby, I'm about to go. Let's see if I can do this.
Oh.
Oh! Ah! Oh no! It's like, oh, that looks fun. That was a good one. What does this one say? Skaters be using their cars these days like.
That was Aaron Jaws. That's wild.
He's like, what? What?
Is that Nigel? Nigel Houston? Wow.
Skate parks these days be like. What?
Pressure flip out? Really? Oh. That's insane.
Like, there goes my motivation. What the
Three flip
fuck?
over that thing?
Bro.
My God.
Bro.
That's
Oh
pretty funny.
man, they're great. I'm about to go street. How did this dude do that?
That's Tori Pudwell.
I don't know.
That was-
That dude. What?
Oh. Now rewind that. Did you see what he did? Look at this stair set. There's no stair.
There's no stairs.
Yeah. There's no stair set there.
Dude, first of all, I don't understand how you can jump that high and not die. If you
hard
just
flip.
jumped off of that with no skateboard.
Mm-hmm. It's the momentum, man.
Bro,
It carries your weight with
I
you.
break my
And-
fucking everything.
And the balls that it takes to do
Come
something
on,
like that.
come on, come on. What is
Yeah, the king
happening?
Ooh.
Come on. He's like, man, nah, I'm going
Yeah,
back
I'm going back
inside.
inside. Like my video game.
Yeah, they're great.
3 flip feeble. That's
He's like,
insane.
what?
Really? Superman backflip? Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, no. Nah, I'm going home. That's how I
wild.
feel every time I show up over there. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's good. You got 324,000 followers, man.
Man, how many followers I got on my TikTok? Let's see here. Skate lesson right there. How many I got?
You got 64 followers.
64 followers, man. I think I got a
64.
video on here though that has like a couple thousand views on it.
It's got 1,300 views.
That one has 1,600.
1,600 views.
Yeah.
Right there.
All right.
All right. So you're only a few 100,000 followers away.
Only.
Yeah.
I can do it. Need
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
I create some good
You
content.
just
like
don't make
shit.
any videos.
I know. I think that last video I posted there was like maybe like last year,
Yep.
a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago, man. There it is.
Man.
You just don't make any content.
Need to.
Gotta start putting it out there.
Yeah.
All of it. Because these guys are just out there, man. Look, out of 300 and something thousand people, see that. All these people, man, they're all just making videos, buddy.
Should I just create a brand new TikTok?
Nah, you have
That's
to do
fine.
that.
No.
Nah, it don't
What the hell is
matter.
that? Is that airplane?
Yeah, they just dropped a big ass airplane. I don't know, man. Also, people just have like time and money to do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
You know, 3.3 million followers. Someone. What does that guy do? Who knows? There's just so much random stuff out there. I don't even know. A lot of it's not even like content they make. Honestly,
Right.
pretty crazy. Pretty wild, man. Well, I have to
Start
give
working
Megan
on
a
it.
call, figure out what we're gonna eat for dinner.
Yes,
Figure out this night, and then we'll do it again to get some topics. We gotta go shoot some content.
Got to. We'll make something work.
I need to make some reels.
I'm down with that. Down with that.
All right,
Find something to do.
we'll make it happen. All right, man. Well, we're gonna end this one right here on the Free as Fuck Show. Like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.